We'll call the City Council to order at 8 o'clock on Monday evening, January 12, 2026. This meeting is being recorded. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have 22 items on this evening's agenda, and I will ask the City Clerk to please read agenda item number 1.
Minutes of the City Council meeting, December 15th, 2025.
Councilor Vital.
Mr. President, I make a motion to accept and file the minutes.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Meeting minutes are filed and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 2.
Minutes of the City Council organizational meeting, January 5th, 2026.
Councilor Vital.
Mr. President, I make a motion to accept and file the minutes.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The meeting minutes are filed and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 3.
From City Council President Ossing, the City Council regular meeting schedule and City Council committee assignments for the 2026 legislative year.
Councilor Navin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the schedule and the committee assignments. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The schedule and the assignments are filed and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 4.
Communication from Councilors Ossing and Navin regarding municipal aggregation, December 2025 update.
Councilor Navin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, third quarter results are in from 2025, and it is good news again. Residents who are participating in the municipal aggregation program have saved $190,787 in the third quarter. As everyone here is aware, the city's contract with First Point Power promises and provides 100% renewable energy. An important note, that first initial contract with First Point Power expired in November of 2025. It had a rate of 14.15 cents per kilowatt hour. The city, under the President's leadership, has entered into a new 3-year contract with First Point Power with a lower rate, which is 13.78 cents per kilowatt hour. That probably doesn't mean much to any of us. However, if you do use a good amount of electricity, you will see a lower bill on that side, on the distribution side, on the supply side. The National Grid winter rate and summer rates are out, and for in quarter 4 and quarter 1 are both more than 15 cents per kilowatt hour, so we will see people who participate in this program will continue to see a savings. Since the program's inception, residents in the city who have participated in this program have saved over $37 million. With that, I make a motion to accept and place on file the letter.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication. And discussion on the motion. Councilor Orem.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I'm new to the city, and that's why I'm just asking, and I bought a house, let's say, do I need to sign up for this? Or that's why I'm just doing this to get a public announcement.
That's right. So the Colonial Power sweeps every quarter all the new residents, and they automatically get put on. They'll get notified that they're going on to the new program, and then they have the option, if they don't want to be on our program and stay with National Grid, they can do that as well.
And why they wouldn't want to save money, it's beyond me. But I just want to make sure residents know that you're kind of automatic. Unless you don't want to save money, then you can go to whoever you wish.
It may come as a surprise, but we have almost 2,000 to 3,000 people that have not switched, but that's their call.
Well, let's hope that'll get out there and people will switch.
We try.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you all.
Any other discussion on the motion to accept and place on file the communication? Hearing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Communication is filed and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 5.
Communication from the mayor regarding grant acceptance for 30 Dell Pro 14 laptops, a charging cart, braille keyboard, a vertical mouse, and a trackball mouse from the Massachusetts Broadband Institute, awarded to the public library to be added to the library's collection for resident use.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve the grant, please.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the grant. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The grant is approved. The vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 6.
Communication from the mayor regarding grant acceptance in the amount of $23,000 from the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust, awarded to the Department of Public Works to be used for improved cybersecurity to strengthen the supervisory control and data acquisition systems at the Cedar Hill pumping station and standby facility.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve the grant, please.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the grant. Any discussion on the motion? Councilor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I spent part of my career with security systems for SCADA systems and other types of exotic stuff that doesn't run Windows or Macintosh operating systems. This is a very low-key grant. I appreciate, getting this money because this is an important part of the infrastructure that needs to be monitored effectively to deliver what we take for granted. So, great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Doucette. Any other comments from the councilors? Hearing none. All those in favor of the approval? Opposed? Grant is approved. The vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 7.
Communication from the mayor regarding the appointment of Judy McDonald to the Council on Aging for a 4-year term to expire on May 6th, 2030.
Councilor Orm.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to refer to the Personnel Committee.
Motion is made and seconded to refer to the Personnel Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? The item's going to Personnel, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 8.
Communication from the mayor regarding the reappointment of Raymond Maggie to the Council on Aging for a 4-year term to expire on May 6th, 2030.
Councilor Orm.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know this is a reappointment, but I think it's important as councilors that we meet people that are on these committees. We don't see them all the time. So I'm going to motion to refer this one to the Personnel Committee.
Motion is made and seconded to refer to the Personnel Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries, and the vote is 11-0 going to Personnel. Agenda item number 9.
Communication from the mayor regarding proposed salary ordinance amendment pursuant to Chapter 125 Personnel, Section 6 Salary Schedule relative to the position of City Solicitor.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to refer to the Finance Committee, please.
Motion's made and seconded to refer to the Finance Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? The item's going to Finance, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 10.
Communication from the mayor regarding proposed salary ordinance amendment pursuant to Chapter 125 Personnel, Section 6 Salary Schedule relative to the position of Assistant Fire Chief.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to refer to the Finance Committee, please.
Motion's made and seconded to refer to the Finance Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? It's going to Finance, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 11.
Certification from Ward 4 Councilor Heather Gould as required under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 39, Section 23D, the Mullen Rule, regarding the application for a special permit from Attorney Gemma Cashman on behalf of J.C. Residential and Light Commercial LLC for outdoor storage as an accessory use for the warehouse located at 1000 Nickerson Road, order number 25-100, 9540C.
Councilor Gould.
Motion to accept and place on file.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. It's filed, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 12.
Certification from Ward 4 Councilor Heather Gould as required under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 39, Section 23D, the Mullen Rule, regarding the application for a special permit from Lifestyle Fit LLC, athletics for a proposed gym for physical fitness classes, team strength and performance training, fitness education, nutrition education and training, and the sale of related fitness clothing and merchandise to be in an existing building at 214 Cedar Hill Street, order number 25-100, 9581B.
Councilor Gould.
Motion to accept and place on file.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 13.
Certification from Ward 7 Councilor Matthew Sargent as required under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 39, Section 23D, the Mullen Rule, regarding the application for a special permit from Attorney Gemma Cashman on behalf of J.C. Residential and Light Commercial LLC for outdoor storage as an accessory use for the warehouse located at 1000 Nickerson Road, order number 25-100, 9540C.
Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to accept and place on file.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. All those in favor? Opposed? The item's filed, and the vote is 11-0. Item 14.
Certification from Ward 7 Councilor Matthew Sargent as required under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 39, Section 23D, the Mullen Rule, regarding the application for a special permit from Lifestyle Fit LLC for a proposed gym for physical fitness classes, team strength and performance training, fitness education, nutrition education and training, and the sale of related fitness clothing and merchandise to be in an existing building at 214 Cedar Hill Street, order number 25-100, 9581B.
Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to accept and place on file.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. It's filed, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 15.
Communication from Solicitor Jason Grossfield regarding approval of a home rule petition relative to the procedure for layout and acceptance of subdivision roads, Chapter 85 of the Acts of 2025.
Counsel Ficillo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file the communication.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Communication is filed, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 16.
Communication from Solicitor Jason Grossfield regarding the application for a special permit from Lifestyle Fit LLC for a proposed gym for physical fitness classes, team strength and performance training, fitness education, nutrition education and training, and the sale of related fitness clothing and merchandise to be in an existing building at 214 Cedar Hill Street in proper legal form. Order number 25-100, 9581B.
Counsel Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file the communication and move the special permit documents to reports.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication and move this item to reports of committees. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. This is filed, and moving to the reports of committee section of our agenda. Vote is 11-0. Agenda item 17.
Communication from Solicitor Jason Grossfield regarding the application for a special permit from Attorney Gemma Cashman on behalf of JC Residential and Light Commercial LLC for outdoor storage as an accessory use for a warehouse to be located at 1000 Nickerson Road in proper legal form. Order number 25-100, 9540C.
Counsel Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to accept and place on file the communication from the solicitor and move the special permit to agenda item 22.
Motion is made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication and move this item down to agenda item number 22. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. This has been filed and will be moved down to agenda item number 22, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 18.
Communication from the Massachusetts School Building Authority regarding approval of Richer Elementary School Project Preferred Schematic.
Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. So this is the official document that I had mentioned in a report at the last meeting. So move to accept and place on file.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The communication is filed, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item 19.
Minutes of boards, commissions, and committees.
Mr. President.
Councilor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Motion to accept and place on file the minutes of the boards, commissions, and committees.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are filed, and the vote is 11-0. Agenda item number 20.
Claims.
Councilor Naven.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to refer the claims to the legal department.
Motion's made and seconded to refer the claims to the legal department. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The claims are going to legal, and the vote is 11-0. Reports of committees. Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think it's not usual to have a report this early, but I do thank the members for indulging me in asking for a committee meeting on December 22nd to take up order number 25-100-9581, the special permit application for Lifestyle Fit LLC, doing business as FRVR Athletics, for a proposed gym for physical fitness classes, team strength and performance, fitness education, nutrition education, training, and the sale of related fitness clothing and merchandise to be located at 214 Cedar Hill Street. We called the meeting to order at 7:11 and welcomed the petitioner. We had no comments from the petitioner. I read through the comments from the department heads, were basically no comments. Went through the draft special permit, which did not have conditions, so we added conditions during the discussion. I will not go through them because they will be read when the special permit is read. The only thing I will say is that the question, there's no second page on this, sorry. There was a question whether the health department needed to have anything, and there's nothing in the special permit, so that was not part of this at all. So I'm going to move to, this was voted, I believe it was voted in favor by 1, 2, 3, with Counselor Navin being absent. So 4 in favor. I'm going to move the recommendation of committee, which was to approve, and ask for a suspension to vote on this evening.
And a motion made and seconded by the chair for suspension of the rules. All those in favor of the suspension? Opposed? Suspension carries. The vote is 11-0. Councilor Roby.
Move the recommendation of committee, which is to approve the special permit for Lifestyle Fit LLC.
Motion made and seconded to approve the special permit for Lifestyle LLC. Did I get that right? LLC. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll ask the clerk to please read the conditions.
The City Council, pursuant to its authority under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40A, and the Marlborough zoning ordinance, grants the applicant a special permit for a gym with physical fitness classes and training at the site, subject to the following conditions, which conditions shall be binding on the applicant, its successors, and/or assigns. 1, compliance with building regulations. Build-out and modification of the site to be occupied shall be in accordance with all applicable building codes and zoning regulations in effect in the City of Marlborough and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. No use of the site shall be made pursuant to the special permit unless and until a certificate of occupancy is obtained for the use from the building commissioner. 2, compliance with local, state, and federal laws. The applicant agrees to comply with all rules and regulations and ordinances of the City of Marlborough, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and the federal and the federal government as they may apply to the construction, maintenance, and operation of the applicant's use at the site as supplemented by applicable conditions of this special permit. 3, incorporation of plans and drawings, all terms, conditions, requirements, approvals, plans, and drawings provided by the applicant as part of this special permit application and as amended during the application hearing process for the City Council and/or the City Council's Urban Affairs Committee, including the site plan as herein incorporated into and become part of this special permit and become conditions and requirements of the same unless otherwise altered by the City Council. 4, compliance of signs with sign ordinance. All signage installed at the site shall comply with the City of Marlborough sign ordinance without variance. 5, hours. The maximum hours of operation of the use shall be Monday through Sunday, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6, parking. Parking for the use shall be consistent with the off-street parking plan as shown in the site plan in accordance with Section 650-48 of zoning ordinance, with the applicant having access to spots labeled 1 to 13, and the applicant is not precluded from using the other labeled off-street parking spots shown on the site plan, subject to any limitations that may exist for use by other tenants of the building. And finally, 7, recording of decision. In accordance with the provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 11, the applicant, its successors, and/or assigns, at its expense, shall record this special permit with the Middlesex South Registry of Deeds after the city clerk has certified that the 20-day appeal period for appealing the special permit has elapsed with no appeal having been filed. Upon recording, the applicant shall forthwith provide a copy of the recorded special permit to the City Council office, the Building Department, and the City Solicitor's office.
Councilors, you've heard the conditions. Any further discussions on the special permit? Hearing none, a yes vote is to approve the special permit. I will ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilor Ossing.
Yes.
Councilor Irish.
Yes.
Councilor Fucillo.
Yes.
Councilor Doucette.
Yes.
Councilor Vital.
Yes.
Councilor Roby.
Yes.
Councilor Sargent.
Yes.
Councilor Gould.
Yes.
Councilor Preciado.
Yes.
Councilor Orem.
Yes.
And Councilor Navin.
Yes.
7 yeas, sir.
The vote was 11 in favor, none opposed, to approve the special permit for the gym at 214 Cedar Hill Street, so the special permit is approved. Any other reports of committees? Seeing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 21.
Order number 25-100, 9415A, proposed change to the city charter relative to Section 59A for filling vacancies in the office of mayor and city council. Recommendation of the Legislative and Legal Affairs Committee is to approve.
Councilor Navin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to postpone until the January 26th meeting.
Motion made and seconded to postpone until our January 22nd meeting. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. This item will be postponed and be placed on our January 22nd meeting. The vote was 11-0. Agenda item number 22.
Order number 25-100, 9540C, special permit application from Attorney Jeremy Cashman on behalf of JC Residential and Light Commercial LLC for outdoor storage as an accessory use for the warehouse located at 1000 Nickerson Road. Recommendation of the Urban Affairs Committee is to approve as amended.
Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to move the recommendation of committee, which was approved 2-1 with myself voting against. I don't know, do I need to wait to speak on this until after he's read the conditions and you ask if there's any further discussion?
So motion's made and seconded to approve the special permit. Councilor Roby.
Thank you. As I stated, this was approved 2-1 in committee, so absent from the committee were 2 members. As part of the discussion at the committee meeting, I did bring up the recordings that were sent out to members. I know we have 2 new members, so I don't know if they were actually sent the recordings that were found related to the 2005 discussion on this item. I know there was lengthy discussion at the meeting, so hopefully people did get a chance to either review the actual committee meeting and also to review. I just want to sort of bring up to me why you would vote yes, why would you vote no on this. For me, it's important to hold the history of the 2005 council who took a no on outdoor storage in LI for any outdoor storage and turned it into a very specific use for outdoor storage, not for anybody in LI, but for a very specific type of use. If we now allow outdoor storage for this particular petitioner, we will then have to allow, or I would say if we don't allow future requests, we'll go to court. If we do allow this, I think the sense of money comes into play. And for me, it's not about the money. It's about keeping intact what a previous council chose to do. So I just want to make those 2 points before the vote is taken. Thank you.
Councilor Navin, could I ask you to take the chair, please?
Any other councilors wish to speak?
Mr. President.
Councilor Ossing.
Thank you, Mr. President. So Councilor Roby and I have just a disagreement. I am the only councilor that was there in 2005 and don't necessarily share Councilor Roby's view of how limiting this particular item is. So I put together just a couple of quick slides to show you. If I could ask the clerk to just go through them real quick. First one. Come on. You can do it.
It's coming, I think.
Maybe not. Just one page. Long, drawn out.
Just does not want to.
Well, I'll talk to
I promise it's working. It's just
Oh, I'll talk to it while it's working. So this item was done in 2005. We haven't had anyone in 20 years asked to use what I call what's allowed by the zoning ordinance. And the issue comes down to the word "and." We've had 2 building commissioners who are our zoning officer that have said it's appropriate, it's okay to do, all right? The solicitor has said this comes down to the word "and," and as Councilor Roby says, it depends how you interpret the word "and." And the solicitor will tell you that it most likely, if it does go to court, the courts are probably going to side with the zoning officer. They hold the legal opinion, and they would rely on that opinion, right? The parking area where this storage is taking place, you cannot see it from the street, all right? There's no residents around, there's no one's going to see it. And I'll talk to my Councilor Oram. Outstanding point. Fill vacant office buildings, right? Think about it for a moment. If we were to say no, and people were to ask you why, you're going to say, no, we turned away a business because of the word "and." Right? Let me remind you of the tax bills that just went out. They were pretty healthy in a lot of cases. All right? So to turn away an existing development or business to come into the city, I think sends a wrong message, and I would have trouble looking to my residents saying why the council didn't approve it. So I think it's extremely important, because we are going to look extremely foolish if we don't approve the special permit. So I would encourage my fellow councilors to support this. And the best point the solicitor made was, if we don't like the rule, or we have that ambiguity, let's go change it. We have the power. If we don't want to do it, change the regulation. But to not let this one go through, I think does the business a disservice, does our residents a disservice, and I would hope the councils support it. And Council Roby, if you really feel that strongly about it, let's change it. I mean, change it and just say, we're not going to do it. And that shouldn't be a problem. And assuming you don't like it, I mean, this one, you can't see. I can't impress upon the councils enough, you cannot see this particular facility. You will not see where the outdoor storage is. It has absolutely no bearing on anyone. And we're going to bring in revenue, a good company, and tell the residents we don't want to do that. I understand Council Roby's position on it, but I'm just not there. I've stalled as long as I can. I can't show you all the pictures.
My apologies.
We'll give them one more second, otherwise I'm going back to the safe spot.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So this is the picture from, stitch this, we're on Route 20 in Hayes Memorial, you're looking up to the building, all right? You see all the pine trees, and this is in the dead of winter when all the growth isn't even there, all right? You can't see the parking lot. Next one, Steve. This is from Hayes Memorial. Again, trees are there, growth's not there, but you can't see the parking lot. And I'll remind you, the permit says they're gonna put up a 12-foot fence to provide additional screening. A little bit of overkill, but it's on part of the permit, which is okay. Next one, Steve. Actually, gotta skip to 2. We just lost it. There we go. One more. So this is in front of the building. This is Councilor Orum's part at the tax hearing. Fill vacant office space. All right? And to say we're not gonna do that because of the word "and," no. I mean, let's fix the ordinance if it's that big of a deal, but this one is inconsequential. Last slide, Steve. Well, that's just a picture of the parking lot. I mean, nothing's going to be there other than equipment that's going to be fenced in. So why should we approve it? Fills vacant commercial space, right? The city needs revenue. Change the zoning if there's an interpretation issue. We can do that, totally within our power. It's the second time in 20 years someone's used the ordinance. So I don't think there's a rush to go put outdoor storage in limited industrial. And if there is, let's go change it, all right? You're not gonna be able to see the outdoor storage. The special permit requires fencing. There'll be an addition to the natural screening from the trees. And again, my opinion, we're gonna look foolish if we don't approve it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Hursley.
Any other comments or questions from the city councilors? Councilor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I will also be supporting this. When we talk about outdoor storage for industry, even light industry, we're not talking about contractor yards and stuff like that, right? This is basically industrial outdoor heat HVAC compressors that are going to be stored there. They're designed to be out in the elements. You know, if they're going to be worked on, they're going to be brought in to get worked on, they're going to be put back out. So the number of businesses that require outdoor storage is becoming less and less because of the way technology has evolved, So, I think that we now have it under control to the level of they have to do the special permit to get the storage. We have to put constraints in. I think that's a reasonable way to control it at this point. If anything has been demonstrated, which I agree with President Ossian about, is if we need to change this to make it clarified, I think we should for future businesses. But for now, I think this is perfectly fine. And we shouldn't penalize the business because of our mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Doucette. Councilor Orm.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for all those compliments. I almost was in shock. But anyways, I do agree with you on this one. we're setting a precedent. No ands or buts about it. I work in the regulatory field, and sometimes we end up doing that when we meet with the boards that I deal with. But I think the main concern here, or the main subject, is the finding of facts. And someone else may come in with the same type of situation where they're not near neighbors, where they're pretty much out in the commercial industrial, and I would support them too, because in my view, under the finding of facts B, the use at the site is an appropriate use and in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance. Yes, we are setting a precedent for certain conditions, but I don't have a problem with that. Based on exactly what you said, we need to attract more commercial industrial, but also, if someone else comes in with the same thing, I would not have a problem voting on it, because they're not abutting neighbors and people that, residential, I'll say. So I will be in favor of this as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Orm. Councilor Ficillo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple quick points. I agree with my colleagues, Councilor Doucette, Councilor Orm, Mr. President. I will be in support of this. I was in support of it in committee as well, for a number of reasons. But first and foremost is that this body, we have taken every special permit and zoning change on a case-by-case basis, and we'll continue to do that, like Councilor Orm was just saying. If somebody else comes in and it's in a different location, which, again, no residential abutters in this area, this is totally in harmony with the zoning of the site. And I pride ourselves on taking these cases fairly and treating every business on their own merits. So hit the nail right on the head. Another thing, just to emphasize again, filling a vacant office space, turning the site into a stronger revenue source for the city is so critical. I know my inbox is blowing up about tax bills right now. I have tons of residents who are reaching out. They have concerns. They're filing abatements. It's important that we make sure that we are bringing in a strong line of revenue, and when we can do it in a commercial way like this, that is fantastic for the city. And the last thing, Mr. President, you touched on this, but I think it really needs to be hammered home. The building commissioner is the zoning officer of the city, and they're giving us the green light here. Right, they're saying that outdoor storage is an accessory use that's permissible in LI. Not only that, but the solicitor said it could go either way, the interpretation of and, right? There is nothing legally binding that's going to get us caught up other than we're not going to look good if this goes to court, for a denial, I should say, because the solicitor and the building commissioner have given us the green light here. So I'm absolutely in support of this and look forward to approving it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Ficillo. Any other comments from the city councilors? Councilor Roby.
Thank you. I don't want to really belabor this, and I know if you've made up your mind, you've made up your mind, but I would just like to comment back on two things. Yes, we can approve this and then we can change it going forward, but if we approve this tonight, there's no reason to change it going forward because we've already approved something that clearly says and means the two things together, not the two things separate, which is what anybody voting for this is saying. They're two separate things. So we've done it once, we'll continue to do it in the future. I will also say the second reason you're doing this to approve it is the money piece. And I would argue that when this was requested to go to this site, when they asked to go there, they should have known that they needed space for the things that they're going to be building. And when they found out that they didn't have enough space, they found a way to now put things outdoors because we had a potential language in there. And yes, we might get sued if we deny this. My guess is this is going to go through. But I think it's important to think about what the city solicitor said in that, yes, the building commissioner said they could do it, but we need to give the special permit. And we're the special permit granting authority, and if we deny it, we have that right. So we take our chances anytime we deny a special permit, as we've found in the past that it happens that we get taken to court. So the threat of being taken to court isn't relevant to me, and I think the fact that they chose to go to a site where they didn't have enough room isn't really our problem. It's the person who then built out the space, and then they said, oh, but now we don't have enough room to store the stuff that we really need to do what we do as a business. So
Thank you, Council Roby. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, I will ask the clerk to please read the conditions.
The City Council, pursuant to its authority under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 48, and the zoning ordinance, grants the applicant a special permit for outdoor storage as an accessory use at the site as shown on the plan, subject to the following conditions, which conditions shall be binding on the applicant and successors and/or assigns. 1, construction in accordance with applicable laws. Construction of all structures on the site shall be in accordance with all applicable building codes and zoning regulations in effect in the City of Marlborough and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and shall be built according to the plan. 2, site plan review. The issuance of the special permit is further subject to detailed site plan review by the Site Plan Review Committee in accordance with the City of Marlborough Site Plan Review Ordinance. Any additional changes, alterations, modifications, or amendments as required during the process of site plan review shall be further conditions of the use. Subsequent site plan review shall be consistent with the conditions of this special permit, and the plan submitted, reviewed, and approved by the City Council as a special permit granting authority. 3, modification of plans. Notwithstanding conditions 1 and 2, the Site Plan Review Committee may approve engineering changes to the plans so long as said changes do not change the use as approved herein or materially increase the impervious area of the use, reduce the green area, alter traffic flow, or increase the size of the building, all as shown on the plans. Any modifications of the conditions of this special permit or the use as approved herein shall first require modification of this special permit. 4, compliance with applicable laws. The applicant shall comply with all applicable municipal, state, and federal rules, regulations, and ordinances as they may apply to the construction, maintenance, and operation of the project and the use at the site, including without limitation compliance with local Conservation Commission orders, the Massachusetts Environmental Policy Act, and the State Building Code. 5, incorporation of submissions. All plans, photo renderings, site evaluations, briefs, and other documentation provided by the applicant as part of the application and is amended or revised during the application hearing process before the City Council and/or the City Council's Urban Affairs Committee are herein incorporated into and become part of the special permit and become conditions and requirements of the same, unless otherwise altered by the City Council. 6, fencing. In accordance with Section 650-18A-26 of the zoning ordinance, the applicant shall install solid fencing to screen areas of the site used for the storage of equipment and materials from the street and adjacent properties, and shall maintain the fencing in good repair. The fencing shall comply with the requirements of all applicable city ordinances and will require a fence permit from the building department. 7, signs. Signage at the site shall comply with the city sign ordinance. 8, noise and air quality. The applicant shall comply with the city's noise ordinance and shall comply with all state and federal requirements governing air quality and emissions. 9, water supply protection district. Applicant shall comply with all requirements of the city's water supply protection district, Section 650-24 of the zoning ordinance, as applicable, and this decision does not authorize any exception to the prohibitions on uses and requirements of said ordinance. And finally, 10, recording of decision. In accordance with the provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 48, Section 11, the applicant at its expense shall record this special permit in the Middlesex South Registry of Deeds. After the city clerk has certified the 20-day period for appealing the special permit has elapsed with no appeal having been filed, and before the applicant has applied to the building commissioner for a building permit. Upon recording, the applicant shall forthwith provide a copy of the recorded special permit to the City Council office, the building department, and the city solicitor's office.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Okay, you've heard all the conditions. Is there any further discussion on the special permit? Hearing none, a yes vote is to approve the special permit. I will ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilor Vidal.
Yes.
Councilor Fucillo.
Yes.
Councilor Irish.
Yes.
Councilor Doucette.
Yes.
Councilor Ossing.
Yes.
Councilor Sargent.
Yes.
Councilor Oram.
Yes.
Councilor Navin.
Yes.
Councilor Gould.
Yes.
Councilor Roby. Councilor Preciado.
Yes.
10 yea, 1 no.
The special permit is approved by a vote of 10 in favor, 1 opposed. Councilor Navin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adjourn.
Motion's made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned at 8:38. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.